Hello, everyone, and welcome to Valeo's podcast. Today is a special episode. In the spirit of November, we have taken over the Valeo podcast, and I will let everyone introduce themselves for today.
So my name is Adil Hussain, and I am a masculinity coach, believe it or not, and the founder of the Man Cave Project, which is the only kind of community for men in Dubai, which is focused on developing a man from the inside out.
Nice.
Yes. Thanks.
My name's Jamie. I'm the Chief Wellbeing Officer for Valeo. I guess a lot of people that watch this podcast know my face because I've met a lot of you. I'm a psychoneuroimmunologist, and that's me. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Gabi Zogbi. I'm the head of digital marketing at Valeo. I have basically 16 years of experience in digital, and this is my first podcast, but we are taking over.
Nice.
And I'm Dr. Mahmoud, and I'm a general practitioner and the medical manager at Valeo Health. So let's start by talking about the most important topic now. Men. What
Yes.
do you define a man? How do you define a man?
That's a big question.
Yeah.
All right, what do I think a man is?
This is how do we do it. We start strong.
Damn.
Go
Like a man
indeed.
should. Okay. What I think a man is, when I think man, I do think masculinity. And I think that is defined by the responsibilities that we take on, the ambition that we have, the direction, and the ability for us to create like structures for not only our own kind of emotional and physical well-being, but those that we care about. And also just getting on with it when things get tough. What do you think?
In my mind, yeah, it's whatever we have always been raised to believe a man is, right? That's always in the back of my head. Take on the responsibility, carry the weight of the family, be there for them whenever they need to. But there's also the inside man talking. There's a lot of things that we have to look into more deeper as a man to, define myself, right? You mentioned the mental part, you mentioned the emotional part. And these things, it's a huge part. To me, it's definitely a mix, right?
You didn't tell us anything. Tell us what do you really... You said a bunch of words. What do you really think it means to be a man?
Yeah, just be there for everyone. Be there for the ones that you care for. And sometimes for the ones that you just pass by,
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Be there for the ones you care for, but also allowing people to care for you.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And something we didn't touch on is where we come from as well, where each of us come from. We've got a mix. We've got an Englishman who lives abroad.
Yep.
Yeah.
I live in England. You're a Jordanian who lives abroad.
And I'm from Lebanon as well.
You live in Lebanon?
Yes, indeed.
I guess it means different things in different places as well. Not some changes, some cultural things that affects us when we're growing up.
Yeah.
Cultural beliefs.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, for me, basically, being a man is the responsibility to take care of family first. For example, I'm married, so this is my responsibility, but at the same time, it's also to show emotions. So it's not about being in control and being tough. It's also to show emotion. Know when to listen to the family and also when to lead. So this is for me.
Oh, nice.
Lead. I like that.
I think most Lebanese men that I've met are really good at showing emotion. They're usually spinning around the dance floor, going absolutely crazy, releasing everything.
Adil, you mentioned masculinity, right?
Yes.
Now, to me, it's one of the irritating topics, toxic masculinity. There's like tons of definitions for toxic masculinity. There's the social media trending, definition of toxic masculinity. There's the man-made toxic masculinity. So how would we define it? How would we...
Controversially,
Yeah.
I don't believe it exists, because I believe that masculinity as it is pure and good,
Mm-hmm.
and there are poor behaviors you know. But if I think to break down the phrase toxic masculinity, I think of toxic and toxin. Toxin, something that maybe you ingest, it kind of kills you from the inside out. Yeah. To be masculine, there are certain traits that we have as men, and we think that by being masculine is to be stoic, to keep our mouth shut, to get on with it. And those are the things that can kill us from the inside out.
Man up.
Yeah.
Amen.
And that's what I believe toxic masculine to be, is when we are doing ourselves harm by being a man. And yes, there might be outwardly behaviors, but I don't believe that those outward behaviors are masculine. The ones that are, for example, aggression, or when we're, I don't know, thinking that we're better than the other sex, for example, and trying to lord over our commanding power and to take advantage of people. I don't believe that to be masculine.
Yeah.
So when they say toxic masculinity, I don't believe that to be true. But the bits that I do believe to be true are when we are harming ourselves.
Yeah.
That's my definition.
One of the things I do blame when it comes to toxic masculinity, or as you mentioned, the controversy of it, is that we grew up as the TV movie kind of generation, right? And this is something that was imposed on us in a way. Because, for example, in my culture, in our culture, the Arab culture, the father-son relationship is definitely not toxic. Emotions are always there. And it's not like what we see in other cultures, right? It's the seed of the relation itself that builds that kind of relationship, let's say. No, sorry, the masculinity part. Yeah, I learned from my father that it's fine if you cried, right?
I didn't know that.
And
It's totally the opposite for me, or from where I come from. So, and there is still this, no, you should not cry, you're a man.
Yeah.
But no, we should show emotion. It's normal to show emotion.
Yeah.
It's still there in Lebanon, and it's very bad. It will hurt the surroundings, and it will hurt myself as well. It will hurt me.
What do you do with your children?
No, totally the opposite.
Totally the opposite.
Totally the opposite. It's okay to cry, and even myself, when I'm sad or hurt, I don't mind crying in front of my kids.
I've always been a crier.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'd cry at an episode of Cagney and Lacey. For
No way.
sakes.
No, I don't cry
What was your
much, but yeah.
What about your parents? Like, what were they like with you?
So
Your
my
father?
father was on a different level altogether. He wasn't necessarily around very much. But my mother was very, very caring, lovely, terrible cook. Really bad cook. So her only downfall, God rest her soul. But she was just very, very caring, very loving. People really gravitated towards my mum. Children gravitated towards my mum, just in general. It's like, oh, it's Pat. You know, she was so I had quite a loving, caring, soft upbringing.
How do you feel the absence of the father affected your masculinity?
That's interesting, because I think you do, to a greater or a lesser extent, have to, or feel like you have to take on a father figure role. But I had an older brother, or have an older brother, sort of like 3.5 years older than me. So I guess in many ways he probably took that on, but I'm still a very sort of like responsible guy. I do feel the need to kind of like look after things and nurture people, that kind of thing. I don't necessarily think it's done me too much harm, not having direct. But then when I got to my early teenage years in sort of like north central London, you know, I was lucky enough I started work very young age. I was lucky enough to work with, for a guy that just became a father figure to me, you know, who was quite strict and quite full on and not very emotional at all. But he kept me on the straight and narrow very much. So if you're lucky enough to meet people like that in your life, then, you know.
That's what I was going to ask, actually. Like, have there been any other kind of masculine role models in your life?
Oh, definitely.
Also TV, right? TV was also...
Yeah, of course.
Like James Bond. James Bond was someone that I looked up to.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, of course, TV, definitely. There was these kinds of Rambo, my days.
Oh yeah,
What did you say, Dumbo?
Rambo, Rambo, man.
Dumbo is a
You
different
looked up to
story.
you looked up to an elephant.
Flying elephant, please.
Get it right.
Exactly.
Special elephant.
Yeah, this is the kind of the good guy, right? So that was never the toxic kind of masculinity, as if we always learned that being a gentleman, for example, this is it's always has been there. Be a gentleman when it comes to talking to women, working with women, with other dudes. You have to be a gentleman, right? So from what we saw now, the masculine part has been significantly, brought down by the toxic part of it, right? When you're opening the door to someone, it's why are you doing that? You want her to pass by just to look at her behind? No, it's
Sometimes maybe that's true.
Do you know, I seriously remember, it's just one of my real big memories, going shopping with my mum, walking into like Woolworths on Holloway Road, and open the door and let two women go through in front of me, and they walked straight through. And I remember my mum was in front of them, and I remember going, "Mum, they didn't thank me for holding the door." I was just like, I can't remember how old I would have been, but it was drilled.
Yeah.
You walk on the outside, you open the door, and you do. It was just drilled into you at that age.
Yeah.
And I think everyone I knew.
Yeah.
Everyone I knew had that kind of respect for, not just for women, but for adulthood, and we respect your elders, and stuff like that.
Unfortunately,
Does anyone interact much with like the younger generation now, like Gen Zers and everyone? Do they follow or adopt the same mentality?
My nephew is 17 years old. You met him, Jamie. I would like to say that he was brought up right in that part. He's very respectful. He does these kinds of things, being a gentleman, opening the door, carrying stuff for other people, which is, it's nice to see in that generation. But his colleagues, let's call them, no, definitely not the same. Yeah. And this is where the society comes in, right? We have been affected by society as kids. You want to look cool in front of your friends, so you make fun of others. You make fun of those. Why are you holding the door for this person? Just slam the door in their face. It's going to be fun, But how would you, as a father,
Get your phone out.
how would you manage this kind of effect on your
On my kids,
Yeah.
So basically this is a very
and your kid is a teenager now.
I do have 3 kids, 3 boys actually.
Mashallah.
The twins who are now almost 14 years, and a younger one who's almost 10 years. So I'm not that young or in between. But to answer the question, so basically this is a very interesting, because I see also their friends as well, and even at this age, 9, 10, up to 14, they're still not teenagers. Okay, it's starting the teenager, but this generation is somehow acting weird. But what I try to be honest, we have to say it. I don't mean everyone, but there is this masculinity, let's say, but it's still at a young age. Anyway, I try to teach. I try to show an example in front of my kids. So this is a very good thing to do. For example, me and my wife find it is nice to cuddle in front of them. It's very good to be a gentleman in front of them. I don't shout at home. This is a very interesting part, because we are angry sometimes.
Do you have a shouting room?
I wish, but no.
Where you can go.
But those stuff the kids should not see. And if they don't see, they won't act, because they are a mirror. They just mirror the parents. So at school, definitely there are other stuff that they can see. At least at home, let's try to educate them and let them be
show the positive,
the positive side. So it's not easy.
When I have kids, I'll come to you for advice.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
We're trying.
That's
really.
good. Well, I had a question, but I forgot what it was, so it's not very useful at all.
There was this article I read about masculinity. It's recent thing, you know. It's about how you can define toxic masculinity in another way, right? It's why don't you care about yourself? Why don't you do blood tests, for example? Why don't you check your health every now and
Yeah.
then? So why don't we look at toxic masculinity from that point?
Exactly.
As you
Self-harm,
said,
right?
yeah,
Self-care,
exactly.
self-harm.
Self-harm.
Yeah.
Self-care, self-harm.
That was an interesting insight. for
But it's
me.
true. How many of us don't go? I mean, maybe you guys do, but I can definitely talk for myself. I was just saying earlier that I didn't go to the hospital when I had a severe kind of accident in the shower, so I just walk it off. I had a blood test with Valeo recently, and it was the first blood test I've had in, what did I say, 6 months to a year? Like, it was a long time.
Yeah, well, 18 months.
Yeah, 18 months
18
I haven't
months.
had a blood test, and now I had 2 in the space of like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's just something that we don't do as guys, I think, typically.
Yeah.
And one of the sort of big buzzwords around at the moment is longevity.
Longevity, yeah.
And there's one of the most under talked about things of longevity is emotions and how you think about yourself and how you look after yourself, but also your early life experiences and how much adverse early life experience impacts your health, particularly when you get into your 40s and latterly into your 50s. And so finding solutions for the things that might happen to you or might have happened to you when you're younger, finding solutions equal better health when you're somewhat older.
Have you got
Less
any
likely,
examples?
cardiovascular disease in men.
Okay.
So childhood abandonment is a huge risk factor.
Like a predictor?
Yeah. Bullying. I'm not on about the occasional bit of just, pushing around, having the odd fight and stuff, because I'm all for kids having rough and tumble.
Yeah.
And I just like to think that's something that's really missing at the moment. But bullying, bad words, parents putting their children down a lot, suppressing them, equals a huge increase in the risk of things like cardiovascular disease, particularly when you're into your 40s and then latterly into your 50s. Now, there's an argument that says those individuals are way more likely to smoke, binge drink, binge eat. They have like addictive personalities, so to speak. They become perfectionists and stuff like that. But that figure is independent of those that go down that path as well. So there's still the emotions and the triggers, the ways that it affects your blood pressure over a period of time and your like vasodilation and all of those kinds of things. So how you feel about yourself is crucial. If you're, I'm not even a huge fan of the term longevity. I like to talk about health span, personally.
How do you define the two?
Longevity seems to me, it seems to be defined by kind of like adding years to your life. Whereas a health span is adding health to your years.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah. Because it's true to say, in general, our lifespan has increased. The human lifespan has increased dramatically over the last however many years. I don't have the figures off the top of my head, but it's also true to say that we're sicker for longer.
oh, that's so true.
I'd rather live a something slightly narrower, shorter, in good health
Yeah, me too.
than kind of
Yeah,
live the last 10, 15, 20 years of my life needing people to look after me.
100%. I look at my grandparents, and they are struggling.
Yeah.
And they refuse to go into any kind of care home or anything like that, which I understand. And mum still go in there, and spend time there with them, but they can't do anything.
Yeah.
My nan's pretty much got like dementia, and it's not the worst part, like the worst kind, but it's getting there. And my grandfather, what life is he living, really?
Mm.
That's how I see it. So
Mm.
I agree. And what is a beautiful definition between longevity and health span.
Mm.
That's really got me thinking. All right, let's add some health to our years.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be your next definition.
Honestly, that's brilliant. That's probably going to stay with me the most, I think, after today. The thing I wanted to touch on earlier was this. It was just a moment that I experienced recently. I was on a panel talk. It's actually for menopause.
Mm.
Believe it or not, like, what do I know about menopause? But one of the guys in the panel, he mentioned how we need more men in the room with this conversation, and he mentioned toxic masculinity. He goes,
Mm.
oh, you mentioned masculinity, but he goes, oh, not the toxic kind. And it pissed me off. It did, because I want to go just talk about this because I think men are afraid to use the word masculinity.
Yeah.
Mm.
And connecting with it,
Mm.
which for me is a real shame. You know, like, how do we get to a point where we can just encourage men to reclaim it? And that's why also I run this man cave, is to encourage men to embrace the part of themselves that is man, that is raw, that is real. But if there are parts of yourself that you need to work on, then let's work on it. You know, if we've got some shadows and some demons to handle, then we can handle that.
Mm.
But to be afraid to be masculine, I think is
It's sad, and we shouldn't reach that. No, we shouldn't be in that position where being a masculine is emasculating.
yeah.
Right? And this is the thing, we always discuss this part, how men should be more aware of what everything means. And it doesn't mean, you have to know what it means to you before thinking of what it means to others.
True.
Because that's how we process stuff, right? This is a different mindset than any other, than the other gender, right? This is how we think. We have to process everything, and it's a linear way of thought. We don't do the zigzag kind of thought, right? I completely agree with that.
As well, that I mean, certainly for your kids, for example, environment plays this huge role. I mean, you live in excuse me for saying, quite a shaky environment. There's quite a lot of danger in the locality at this moment in time. Then there's, of course, the internet and the invasive part that plays in certainly any childhood development, but also for us, each of us. And it's quite incredible how many, I use the metro when I'm over in Dubai. I said to Mahmoud, there was a 4-phone guy today. It's the first 4-phone guy I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
2 phones in his front pockets, 2 in his back pockets.
No.
4-phone guy. Yeah, it's my first one.
You must have stolen a few.
I've seen a few 2-phoners over here.
Yeah,
I
then
had a
you
4-phoner.
Damn.
Yeah.
One for each of his wives.
Emasculated.
That's a good point.
It emasculated me.
Yeah.
It was, but everyone was on this social media ride.
We're being raised by phones. We're being raised by the internet now.
Mm.
Maybe we were raised by TV, but now we're raised by social
It
media.
used to be, it takes a village to raise a child. Now it takes Instagram to raise a child.
People are getting their news through social media now, and they're using it as education.
Right.
So if they're seeing these reels, and whatever reel we put out on Instagram, we've got to make sure it's worth people seeing.
Yeah.
But people are going to be using that as their education. That 3-second, that 5-second, that 10-second video that they're seeing, it's like, yep, okay, that's the truth.
Yeah.
And depending on what the algorithm is doing for whoever's watching it and what they've developed, is feeding their brain.
A good example, flat earthers.
Flat earthers. Well, let's not go there, man.
No, we're not going to go there.
That's another topic.
That's not a Movember talk.
But it creates the whole divisive nature again. So it's the internet was meant to be, and social media was meant to be connective, but it's actually made us more divided.
Yeah.
And so it's this war on masculinity, this war on femininity. We've got the red pill movement, we've got the feminist movement. We've got all these movements.
Yeah.
No one's moving together. No one's coming in and having conversations. And that's the missing piece, I think.
Yeah.
And did you watch that show that came out called Adolescence?
Yeah.
Watched it.
Not really.
It's an interesting piece. I think they could have done more. And it was basically about this young kid killed a girl,
Yeah.
and it was about how like he was involved in kind of the red pill movement and was kind of influenced by this kind of maybe this animosity towards women, towards girls,
Incel.
incel
Incel
behavior,
Self-behavior, yeah.
Yeah.
involuntary celibate, I think is the term.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
incel. So I don't know much about what's going on in that part of the world. I think I need to clue myself up, because this is where we're going and what's happening. Then we need to be able to have these kind of conversations to educate our young boys.
I think, again, it depends on your location at this moment in time. It's kind of like there's a lot of stuff that's spreading. I think there's quite a few things that haven't necessarily come over here, but there's things that might be over here that haven't kind of been exported as well. But it is that part of it. It's just toxic.
It's scary.
It's not masculine toxic. It's just toxic.
Exactly.
Just just is the way that the way that these things. But can I just as well? What do you guys do to look after yourselves?
What do you do?
Me? I got married.
You got married?
Yeah, that's how I take care of myself.
That's how we eat.
I was talking to you about it earlier. I started exercising a couple of months back, which is a huge step back into the physical training part of my life. Diet is not so much. It's not so good, of course. I try to at least vent every now and then, because, to be honest, one of the best ways for me to relax is to vent. And venting, as we've discussed also, for me it comes in many different forms, but one of them is physical exercise, of course. The other is just sitting with my wife at home, just doing nothing. That's one of the best times of my day and throughout the whole day. To me, self-care is mental, completely mental, because I have seen it too much, how it reflects on the physical side. You know what I've been through.
Yeah.
For me, one of the worst things that health-wise could have happened to me was cancer, right? And I was looking everywhere to blame something, and the only thing I can blame is stress, and how it caused that kind of growth in my body, right? And the first stage was done, everything was fine, 3 years clear, 4th year metastasis, which is weird, especially in my case, right? Like 1 in a million. Again, what happened? Lifestyle was fine, everything was okay, was regaining, the rhythm, and then stress boosted. I always tried, and I had this new kind of way of thinking. Mental health is number one. Then just everything will flow naturally after that.
Unresolved stress. Unresolved stress
definitely.
is the big one.
Yeah.
Just stress is good. Stress will save your life all day long. Unresolved stress, that stress where you're dreading the postman arriving because it might be a letter from your bank, or that daily.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm not great at it. I'm not great at that. I could do better, much better at that. Career being sort of like sucked right in. You know what it's like. You know what it's like at Valeo. For everyone, really, it's full on.
Yeah.
It's full on at the moment. It's kind of like you all hope you're working towards an end, but that's it's quite big. But then, I know and I work with and have known, for example, a lot of personal trainers. And you think, well, that's nice. Personal trainers are exercising all the time, stuff like that. It's some of the biggest stress heads I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
They never stop as well.
Yeah.
They never stop. They were that. If you said, of all the clients, all the years that you've worked with, if you could have like a group of clients and say that type of client is the most difficult client to work with, personal trainers. They never do anything. No, I haven't got time. I don't have time. I got 2 minutes between clients.
Yeah.
It's quite like, wow.
And the way that stress reflects on their blood results.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You can see the effect.
No way.
High blood sugar,
Yeah.
high insulin levels,
Yeah.
cholesterol off the roof.
Great shape.
Very healthy people.
Great shape.
Exactly.
Really, really good shape. Look fantastic. Photograph well. You know.
Testosterone levels, you would be amazed how many of those they have low testosterone levels. Right? And people who do muscle training, strength training, very healthy diet.
Yeah, that was one of the questions. Can you look really good and still have like low testosterone as a guy?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No way.
Yeah,
We've seen it
absolutely
firsthand.
you can.
Even
This
without
is-
TRT or anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But this is part of the myth, like, you know, because you can't. The people they use to say, well, you need TRT. You have to have TRT in your life. They kind of like maybe look like me. They maybe look like me, right? We go, well, this guy needs TRT, right? But they don't. A guy that looks like you in your shape, they don't use you. But I see them all the time. They're your shape with, like. By the way, I wouldn't suggest TRT in that instance at all. That's not what I'm suggesting.
Yeah.
But we see it. We see it. It's not. You can't identify. You can't look at someone and go, oh.
So that's the bit I like, actually. Obviously, we talked about the other day is you don't know what's going on until you look under the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's why it's good to go get a blood test.
Exactly.
100%. And that's something I think men should be doing more of. Every 6 months?
Yeah.
Every 6 months.
I guess
Yeah.
depending on the age also.
When's your blood test, by the way?
Yeah, today I did the blood test.
You did it today.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for the results. But now you guys.
Shall I get it assigned to me?
Yes, please.
And then we'll come back on the podcast.
I'll send a message. Actually, we could do it live. Let's have a look and see if they're in. You know.
Now I'm kind
Oh
of
no,
stressed
Gabby,
out
let's
about
not
the
do
results now.
There's a TRT injection waiting for you.
Yeah.
I think one of the most difficult things is to push someone to do a blood test. Right?
Usually it's when it's too late.
It's always too late. يعني I remember my father, he had his first myocardial infarction. I don't remember before that he ever went to a doctor,
No.
right? And which he had all the risk factors. He was a smoker, a heavy smoker. He was an engineer. He was overweight.
Never be an engineer if you want healthy
Yeah.
life.
So he had all those for the family history. Everything was there. Have I ever seen him go to a doctor? Never.
No.
But then came the first MI. Did he learn after that? No.
Of course not.
Yeah, every 2 years, just he had another.
You're not a cat. You do not have 9 lives.
That's what he does.
You know? But this is the thing, you know.
That's the problem, though, isn't it? A lot of guys need that crap scared out of them
Yeah.
Yeah.
to do so, and that's change, reluctance
Exactly.
to change as well. I know I'm not changing. Why am I changing? I'm fine.
Yeah. One of my clients, one of my coaching clients, he had a very, very tough, stressful job, and he was just burning the candle at both ends, and then he got something happened to his intestine. I think something popped out, some kind of one of those little villi things. I think kind of extrusion and excruciating pain. Had to go in 3 days out, and his company didn't care. They were like, "When you come back?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Are you going to wake up now and realize that you can't do this with your life?" He's like, "Yeah." You know, he took for that to happen for him to realize that he's just a number in his company.
Yeah.
And like you said, all of you guys have said, stress.
Yeah.
He was super stressed. Just,
Yeah.
you know, he barely even ate, but he was big as anything. You wonder why he couldn't lose the weight. What's the science behind that, by the way?
It's fight or flight, cortisol.
Yeah, you'll mostly it's that you'll hold on to your resources.
Okay.
It's all about resources,
Got it.
right? So if you're in trouble, you ain't going to let go of nothing,
Got it.
right? You have to. It's that old phrase. You've got to get your ducks in a line. If your ducks are in a line, your body will go, okay, I'm good. I'll let go of it, right? But if they're not, your body's going, nah, I'm not letting go of that. That fat, I'm going to need that. I need it. So you get all the other bits right, I'll let go.
You're in constant stress. Your body's preparing for the big fight or the
Yeah.
big flight, right? It's holding on. It's going to keep holding on. And then your metabolism is like completely destroyed.
Wow.
Nothing is working well. Insulin resistance comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Cholesterol is like dancing around in the bloodstream. Your liver cannot function properly because of the high stress. It's releasing all the sugar in it into the bloodstream. It's not, the enzymes are not working properly to burn off the fat. So
Do you take any supplements, by the way?
Unfortunately not. Only
Well,
vitamin D.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I have vitamin D deficiency.
I learned that too.
I will
But,
start you, don't worry, after tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess so. Depending on the results.
You're
no?
going back home with a box.
With a box of
Big
them.
box of
With Monday
supplements.
to Sunday written on it, you know?
Yeah. But I should. I always think I should. But the good thing is I take care of myself.
You play basketball.
Yes, this is what I do. So
But you made a good
That's
point.
your stress out, isn't it? as
stress
well?
free or stress out, yes.
Yeah.
Exercising, I play basketball a lot. I also I used to do a lot of other sports, but I injured my leg. I did an operation. I stopped sports for like 9 or 10 months, and then no, I need to go back. So I went again to the gym. I did sports. I gained weight back then. So yeah, but that's why, yeah. So also we need to take care of definitely physically and mentally as well. So this is very important part, because so when I hurted myself and I wanted to go back to play basketball, I was afraid.
Yeah.
I was really afraid. So I started doing exercises to bring back
Slowly,
my muscles. So I was I wanted to jump like from here to there. I stayed like this. I freezed for like 10 seconds. I said, what is happening to me?
Mhm.
So yeah, this millisecond, I don't know. So
It's like
yeah.
the jitters.
Yeah.
It's like the jitter.
Yeah.
That's just normal, isn't it? But we talked the other day as well about meditation,
Yeah.
and people, like, if you tell someone who's really highly stressed to learn or to meditate, you are going to make them way more stressed for up to a year. Because the way we think about meditation, oh guys, right, we sit here, just empty your mind, and, all that. The really stressed person, including me, is going, I cannot empty my freaking mind, and
Is it
now
empty
you're
yet?
driving me mad.
Is it empty
This is
yet?
making me more stressed. But my definition of meditation is that which you do where you lose track of time.
Yeah.
When you play basketball, you're not thinking about anything else. And you could, like, when people talk about fitness levels, right? You ask someone who doesn't do it to go and run a 5K. They're really going to struggle because it's not what they do, right? But if they love to play basketball, they love to play football, get them out there.
Yeah.
They run around. An hour and a half later, they run 5K.
More.
Right? More than that. They don't know what the time is.
True.
Yeah.
Their partner's calling them, saying, you were supposed to be home 45 minutes ago, dinner's on the table. I don't know what happened to the time. That's pure
That's it.
meditation. It's pure meditation.
I do think meditation gets a bit of a bad rap sometimes, because I do encourage my men to meditate.
Yeah.
But you make a good point, so I do understand. But it's also about, I think, how we frame it. If we're telling people to calm their mind and empty their mind, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Even when I
Yeah.
meditate, and I've been meditating for years, and my mind is not empty.
Yeah.
100% not. So I've had to develop tools and things and learn other things that help me get there, and breath work is definitely one of them. When I do breath work, even if it's something simple as a count of 4, 4, 4, 4, like some box breathing, that just zens me out.
I really
So
like
even
box
with the
breathing,
men
that's nice.
that because in my men's group, before we start the whole session, I get everyone to do like a breath work or meditation. And I know for some of them, they've never done it before, or it's the first time they're doing it, or the only time they're doing it all week. And I can see that they're all over the place. But when I get them doing breath, because you have to count, or you can't really do anything else. So it does put you in that state. And I've done a breath work with like Joe Dispenza, for example, but they do like the breath hold and the squeeze. And when you come out of that, it's a different level of like grounded feeling. So
It's funny how simple we are, right? That we're so simple that we struggle to count to 4 while we're breathing in, and then count to 4 while we're breathing.
Yeah.
even when I'm leading it, I forget that I told them to hold or I'm putting out. Like,
What do I do now?
and I say, and breathe out, and they're like, what? They're breathing in. No, but But I want you to touch on the point you mentioned earlier, because you said I should be taking supplements,
Yeah.
and I want you to know, why do you think you should?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
No, because basically from where I come from in Lebanon, we replace supplement by medicine. And this is bad.
Yeah.
So that's why so everyone takes medicine for any simple reason. But when I started definitely working at Valeo, traveling, seeing what exactly the medicine is, those are chemicals that we are putting into our body. Definitely, we cannot get rid of the medicine. Sometimes we need it, but there are alternatives. So that's why I said, yes, I should be taking supplements. And I don't need maybe I need, yes, we'll see the results.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, but definitely, and also at a certain age. So, for example, I'm above 40, so I guess I should have started before taking supplements, not now. Maybe it's too late, maybe not.
It really
but
depends
still,
on what your
it
needs
really-
are,
yes.
right?
Yes.
What are you looking for? Yeah, for
Indeed.
example, for Adil, he's doing a lot of physical exercise, right?
Mm.
So your supplements would be definitely different than the supplements I'm looking into. And for me, for example, I had high blood sugar for a while. I had some cholesterol issues for a while. I'm not going to look for, let's say, natural testosterone boosters or protein powders or creatine, for example. I would be looking for things that can help me at least normalize what's those irregularities
Things like
I
Zen.
have, right?
Things like Zen, calming stuff.
Yeah.
But as well, supplements are supplements, right?
Yeah.
There's very few, there's possibly some more these days, but there's very few substances that are encapsulated these days that have what I would call a proper therapeutic effect.
Yeah.
We've got some. I think berberine is definitely one of those.
I've heard of this. I've not used it.
Berberine is just too many actions in the body, proven actions. Berberine, I think things like
Saffron extract, Zen.
saffron, Persian, has to be Persian saffron. I don't know if you know that, but it's got to be Persian saffron. Lowers cortisol. Even if you just have a little a bag of a few strands of Persian saffron and you sniff it, that microscopic amount lowers cortisol.
Yeah.
That's
It's
insane.
quite incredible. And there's stuff like Gut Revive and stuff like that, which I think has been transformative for people. I mean, I'm not here to sort of like, bang on about those things, but while we're talking about it, there are some really, really good things. But then there's supplements that you take that perhaps you probably need because what they're doing is filling the nutrition gap.
Yeah.
True. Complement.
Filling the nutrition gap. And that is so, like, for example, fish oils, really, really important because people, I mean, even we just people are put off eating fish. It's just
The bones. I don't like fighting for my food, guys. Like, even if it's like chicken, I just want to eat off the bone. I want some boneless pieces in front of me. I want fish, someone to debone it. That's my thing.
it's the best.
I have to agree.
And you see, you're missing the best bit. You're
What? The
missing
bones.
the
I'm going to
best-
die. I'm gonna choke.
That's the anxiety of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I'm not enjoying my food when I'm eating fish.
You enjoy it more if there's a bit of risk involved. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
That's being
Fight
an
or flight.
adrenaline junkie.
But with the supplement thing, I think it's a good topic because the reason why I asked that question was because I've been duped so many times into reading something or seeing an advertisement for a vitamin or a herbal supplement. I'm like, this is going to be like amazing. I've got a cupboard full of these things. And then I
Called
go
the
through a
supplement
period.
graveyard.
Yeah,
The
right.
supplement
I
graveyard.
have the graveyard. Okay. And there'll be a new one added every month. And I forget to take it anyway. But then I realize, and I always come back full circle and think, I don't need this. Or why do I think I need this?
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm glad, again, blood test, that we understand what I do need, what I don't need.
Perfecting it, having something that it's recognized and you understand why.
Yes.
Knowing it. So I used to do, when I was doing lectures, quite big lectures, and you would, amongst other things, you would say, right, who here, hands up who takes a nutritional supplement, right? People put their hand up and then go, put your hand down if you don't know why you're taking it. And then suddenly 3/4 of them gone, right? Now put your hand down if it doesn't make you feel any different whatsoever, and then you've usually got about, out of 300 people, you've got about 5 people left.
Yeah.
And that's and that leads to that, because then you like you say, you read something.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's going to change my life.
Yeah, and something else I learned recently as well. Maybe it was actually you that was talking to me about certain things need to be taken with certain things.
Yeah.
And again, we are not told. It might just say, make sure you consume with a meal, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned some things to consume better with fats.
Yeah.
And it's like, so
Vitamin D. Yeah.
I don't know these things. You know,
But by the way, as a rule of thumb,
okay.
if it's a decent manufactured, well thought out product,
Yeah.
supplements are taken with food,
Mm.
unless it states take it away from
Away
food.
from food, yeah.
That's the golden rule. It's a supplement to supplement your food. And but some supplements are better taken away from food, and it should say take it away from
And
food.
this is something, by the way, we noticed with a lot of our male clients.
Yeah.
They don't like to read. Once the wife, the partner, the friend tells them to take something, they just take it. They don't ask why. What is it for? How should I take it? Should be when I offer supplements for my clients, they never ask. My male clients, they never ask. I have to send an email to let them. Oh, really? I have to take it this way. This is the reply I always get. With women, they tell me how they take it. Okay, should I be taking it this way or this way? Because I read this way is much better than that way. Whenever I have a meeting with one of my male clients, of course, it's the wife that books the test every time. And that's because every time they never think about it, right? The thing is, they always have to be there to write down the supplement list and how to take it, because he's never going to ask. He's just going to take it.
And it's not only about the supplements, I guess.
No, it's about everything.
Yeah, but this is why it's good that we're having this conversation, because clearly, like, men, we need. I think I'm kind of an average man. Actually, so I'm a great kind of, I guess, avatar for the audience, because I am that person. Don't go to the doctors enough or hospital enough, or get the blood test done, or I would buy supplements that I probably don't need. I think that pushing certain weights and doing certain movements are good for me. I'm like, I haven't had that many calories today, so I can eat this. Like, it's always little things that we these little stories that we tell ourselves as men that kind of think, we'll be fine, until one day we realize we're not fine.
Why would you think that it would be fine? That's the question, right? No,
I think
Why
denial.
would
You know the acronym for fine, though, don't you?
No.
You do know this. Come on, who doesn't? Do you know the acronym?
False.
Fucked up,
Yeah.
insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
Oh my days.
I did not know that's one.
In that case, I'm not fine.
Now you got a problem.
So we need to do something about it.
Yeah. I'm in the right place.
Yeah. So this is the thing, what's pushing us to not do that? It's not laziness. For sure, it's not laziness. You wake up, you go to work, 5 a.m., 6 p.m., go back home. Enjoy some time with the family and then go to sleep. Repeat. On weekends, you have fun, you enjoy your time, you exercise, you do whatever. So it's definitely not laziness. Denial, fine. Other than that, what would be the reason? What's stopping you from doing it? Think of now as the era we're living in, where everything is convenient. And Valeo is one example that they come to your place, right? You just book it online.
No, that's pretty.
The nurse comes, does everything. Then that's very convenient. You don't have to drive 1.5 hours to reach the clinic to see your doctor, who would say, yeah, you might not need these tests. But you want to do the checkup, right?
There's 2 reasons why we do anything. And it's to go towards something pleasurable or to move away from something painful.
Yeah.
So it's the motivation, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
What are we motivated by? Typically, as guys, we will go towards all the fun stuff. And we only go and get help when it's really, really, really bad. And that's why we don't go get blood tests. That's why we don't take all the things we need to do.
We're going to have to make it fun.
It's not painful enough.
Yeah. We're going to have to make it fun.
I've got a question for you then. I've got a question for you. It's not a quiz, but like, why do you get hungry? Why would you get hungry?
Why would we get hungry?
Why do humans get hungry? Or thirsty, for that matter? Why?
Because there's a lack of something in the body.
It's the motivation to move.
Mm.
It's to tell you to get up and go and find food or go and find water. You have to have a signaling mechanism. Otherwise, why would we do anything?
Right.
Obviously run away from something or go to something that's attractive. But basically, in evolutionary terms, it was a motivation to move. And then you get a reward.
Yeah.
So you get like a dopamine hit. And for when you find it. But also what we really kind of began to understand is that it marked the spot of where you found it. The dopamine marked the spot. And it also told your body the search was over.
Yep.
Right? So there's some really interesting things
Man.
right? But now, for example, I've got my waters right here. I didn't have to move for it. I'm thirsty, but I've got water right here. I didn't have to go 5 miles.
Listen, that's why this whole dopamine thing is a real thing now. That people need dopamine detoxes.
Yep.
Because we're getting hits all the time, but we haven't earned it.
All the time. Reward, 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 reward,
Yeah.
reward. At your fingertips with no movement.
Yeah.
With no movement. It was always, in evolutionary terms, always related to movement. Searches. It was searches. What are you searching for? What are you looking for?
That's why I was
Which
lost.
is a real issue for a lot of guys. What are you looking for?
You need a target.
Why
You need-
are
you
you
need a
riding
goal.
a bicycle 150 miles 3 times a week? What are you looking for? When you've got a family at home with 3 kids, 2 dogs and a cat. It's kind of like, what are you searching for?
Yeah.
And if you found it, would you stop doing that behavior? It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn, that got a bit existential.
Good.
No, but this is actually,
Yeah.
the anthropological
Yeah.
speaking, this is how we're built as humans.
100%.
Right? No, we have to follow up with that. We have to find that thing that gives us
What are we looking for?
exactly. This is why we're constantly, let's say, as men, we find the fun in the smallest, tiniest thing. When the tiny Hot Wheels car breaks down, you start fixing it, and then
Yeah.
you're not gonna fix it, but you're
Yeah.
trying to be a mechanic for that. You're having fun. You enjoy. You can spend 2 hours on that small gluing thing, right? But this is something that gives you that hit.
I always stick my fingers together. It's just every time, bloody super glue.
Like I broke my wife's mug the other day, and she's fine with it. It's fine. Just throw it away. I was like, no, I'm gonna.
It's not fine.
I'm gonna try to have fun to fix it. And my nephew, he's 17. He started explaining to her how pleasurable it is for us men to fix this. I was like, okay, he's 17.
That's
He
nice.
has that in him.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But this
It
is
goes-
like deep.
It goes back to this whole. There's a book called Man's Search for Meaning, and I think that there is something about it that we are driven by that. We're driven by purpose. We're driven by a worthy endeavor.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you going back to guys that are cycling 150 miles a week. There is something in that, and because everything is so easy for us now, and everything is on a plate for us, that we have to go do crazy things
Yeah.
In
Or
order to find.
in order to feel
or to-
something
yeah.
and
Yeah.
find that connection towards
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely
Wow.
agree. Yeah. This is why we need to find a way to make it fun for men to
Get blood test.
get a blood test.
Oh, that's it.
Get a blood test. That's an idea for you. Get a blood test.
You're on trend, Gabby.
Check
You're
your
on
health.
trend.
Health is important. You're not
Definitely,
going to be able to focus on providing for anyone if your health is down.
Yeah, true.
Right.
True.
So
I think that's
mm,
health is everything, right? Like you mentioned, health span. How can we add more? What is it? Add health to us.
Had health to our years.
Add health to our year. That should be the new tagline for Valeo.
yeah.
If it isn't already, I don't know. What is your tagline?
It's in the pipeline.
What's it? What's our tagline?
Feel your best.
Feel your best. Right. So,
Okay, that's a pretty good tagline.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
cool. Very cool. It was really nice.
This was good.
It
Yeah.
was really good talk.
Indeed.
And
Get lost in it, don't you? See?
Yeah.
Just get
Well,
lost.
hey, welcome to your first podcast.
First podcast ever.
You did it.
This was great, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for joining us, of course.
Yes, indeed.
And we look forward to the Man Cave event.
Yes.
I went that.
23rd of November. You're not here?
No,
Nah, back in the UK.
Darn.
you're gonna see it. It's
I'll
gonna
see
be
it.
definitely different. And for the sake of Movember, we should all do a blood test. I'm gonna do a blood test next
Yeah,
week.
listen, we've got the Man Cave product. I hope you picked the Man Cave when we use your blood test.
I don't remember what I picked.
There's a there's a men's specific blood test on the Valeo app.
Oh
There's
yeah,
two of
I
them.
know it, but I don't remember what I picked.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was very late at night. That I
Anyway, we
picked.
encourage all men, right?
Yeah,
to,
yes,
whoever's
thank you.
watching and listening.
Yeah,
Take-
absolutely.
Take the blood test. Take the Man Cave one. It's designed for you guys. This man developed both of them.
We should
Yeah,
take care
let's
of
see what's going on under the
ourselves.
hood.
Yeah, we should look under the
We
hood.
should,
We
yeah.
should take care of ourselves for the loved ones, for
Indeed.
everyone around us.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what being a man is now.
100%.
Taking care of
You
yourself.
can't protect and provide if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see
Cheers,
you
guys.
soon. Thank you.
Indeed.
Done.